Hey, good morning, Heyman. Good morning to all of your viewers as well. Yeah, different day, different week, but I'm afraid it's the same result for the West Indies, losing to Sri Lanka by 23 runs. However, the regional side did show a lot of mettle and muscle in this game as opposed to the ones before. They won the toss and they actually asked Sri Lanka to bat first. They might have regretted that decision because Sri Lanka posted a mammoth 338 for 6 from their 50 overs. Avishka Fernando, that young 21-year-old batsman, scoring his first one-day international century. He actually scored 104 runs. Avishka Fernando, just 21 years, he batted brilliantly. Kusal Perera didn't bat badly as well for Sri Lanka, amassing 64 runs. How did the West Indies react? They didn't actually fold as they did against India when they were bowled out for just 143 runs. Nicholas Pooran led the batting, scoring 118 runs for the regional side. He shared in an 83-run stand with Fabian Allen, who was unfortunately run out for 51. That partnership, when it was broken, sort of broke the West Indies' resistance as well, and they folded up, losing by 23 runs. So it's a tough defeat in the penultimate match of the campaign for the West Indies. They now faced Afghanistan in its final Cricket World Cup match. So talking about the World Cup, Hames, we're actually switching World Cups very soon as well. The Netball World Cup takes place in Liverpool, England, and it starts between July 11th and finishes on July 21st. The Trinidad and Tobago ladies netballers will actually be traveling to Liverpool, England today. They'll leave at 4 p.m. this afternoon. The media will have a chance to meet them from 2:45 p.m. They're grouped in Group C with the likes of Fiji, Jamaica, and South Africa. Tough opponents, but our ladies are equally as tough, and this tournament and this World Cup comes 40 years after Trinidad and Tobago, under the leadership of Jean Pierre, a very famous woman in local netball, won us the World Cup in the 1979 Netball World Cup. So the ladies leave today, and pretty soon we'll be shifting our focus from the Cricket World Cup to the Netball World Cup. Finally, cycling is also in the news this morning. Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation President Robert Faria resigned his post as president yesterday. He cited in his resignation letter to the executive of the Cycling Federation that the high level of volunteerism that is required to really propel the federation and the sport forward here in Trinidad and Tobago, he couldn't quite sustain it anymore because of other commitments. But we also know, Hema, that there was a lot of infighting in the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation that really took its toll on Robert Faria. He came into question many times. He was actually first elected in 2014. He was then re-elected in 2016, and the elections are actually scheduled for next year. So the executive will have to meet and select an interim president to run local cycling. But for now, Robert Faria has resigned the post of president. We'll have to see what cycling looks like in the coming days and the coming months here in Trinidad and Tobago. The National Cycling Center, when it was opened, was a big part of his agenda. He actually entertained Brian Cookson, the former UCI president, so to sort of try to get that National Cycling Velodrome as one of the UCI cycling centers in this hemisphere. He wasn't successful, but he did advance talks to a very critical point. So we'll have to see what the future of cycling looks like. Those are some of the three biggest headlines that are hitting Trinidad and Tobago sports news this morning, Hames. You know, on this day, July 2nd, back in 1937, it actually marked the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. I'm not really sure what that has to do with anything, but I thought it was good information. Have a great day, guys.